Hi everyone, and welcome to the channel. I'm Lamusa. Sorry, it's been a long time that I've been able to post something here due to the scheduling. My scheduling has been really hectic for me. It's kind of a little bit weird. It's kind of been a little bit hectic for me, and haven't been able to jump on here much to be able to kind of continue experimenting with these AI tools. One thing I don't know if I mentioned it is that due to the pricing model of certain AI tools, I have to kind of slow down sometimes. But for now, I'm still good moving forward to be able to keep doing that, right? That just so I still have about I think about 200 AI tools that I can still use, but I've not had the chance to kind of jump into them to be able to look here. Let me see if I can pull it up really quick. Yeah, I think I might. Yeah, there's just a little bit here on my sheet. Let me see if I can share it really quick that I can still work with. Just didn't have time for it. Um, so if you see this here, you can see there's still a lot of AI tool here that I can still experiment with. But a lot of them are just text-based AI model, which is not something you could do much with, right? And it's kind of difficult to kind of use them to quantify whatever you're searching, right? To be able to analyze them. Uh, and you can't really do like a quantitative analysis. You kind of have to do like a qualitative analysis where you kind of just assess it based on the way you understand it. But so I still have a lot going on here. I'm gonna keep that going later. Um, one quick note though is that some of these AI tools, I mentioned this earlier, that the pricing model is not the friendliest due to the fact that some of them do not allow you to pay monthly one, which is something I prefer to do. So I could just use one, um, I could just pay 1 month or use a trial to test it out and then keep moving forward the same way I did with Synthesia and a Genie AI. But some of this one they don't allow it. Some of them just straight up they will say, for example, 34.99 a month, and then like 400 something a year or 500 something a year because while they're showing the average pricing for what you can pay, they don't allow you to pay monthly, right? So something to keep in mind if you are someone who's shopping around with AI tool as well. Um, by the way, I mentioned DeepSeek AI, and in my last video I said I didn't know what it was. Well, now I know what it is. And that's what we're going to be doing today. Hopefully, we're going to be able to look into what's going on, right? So something of note that is kind of related to the news recently, and that is, of course, that DeepSeek AI, which is a Chinese-based AI model that they release it for free and cause OpenAI to lose, I think, close to 600 billion. Last time I don't know whether that's true or not. And also, they were saying that it costs like peanuts to like 6 million to make it, um, based on their own estimation. Well, they'd assess it that way, right? And let me quickly show this if you're someone who has not had an opportunity yet to check out this AI model. So DeepSeek AI is a large model that use reasoning to process complex problem. The short version is it is just a text-based AI, um, Chinese version of our OpenAI here in the United States. And if you're aware of technology, like technologies and information sharing when it comes to technology, and both short term and long term, is that United States and China have been in a major struggle because, based on what we know so far, they've been stealing a lot of crucial U.S. technology and remaking them. At least that's what the news is showing. So and these are showing, and then the more research you do on it, you find out that some of the stuff they're making they look the same or an identical copy of what the US already making. Their one can't be any different. I think if you pull two and two together, some of them make sense to kind of reason quickly as to why that might be the case. But I'm not here to be judging them. I'm just gonna make my own quick assessment based on function. So we're gonna go ahead to I mentioned in my last video how Galaxy AI kind of changed my life, how I managed to save a lot of money, monthly payment on OpenAI, and I'm able to kind of use Galaxy AI. Well, the good news is that both OpenAI and OpenAI and DeepSeek AI are inside Galaxy AI, which we're going to be able to quickly look at right now, right? So let's get right into it. Let me see if I can do this quick. Let me see if it's going to let me, because right now it's looking really weird. Okay, so a quick note here is that so OpenAI recently came out with an upgrade version of the Mini um, O3, right? At least that's the information. Let me see if there's a way I can get that really quick. Current AI model for yeah, they saying that is the latest model is 03 Mini. Unfortunately, my Galaxy AI has not, um, you know, don't have Mini 3 yet. We just have the Mini 1, right? Mini, and they in the upgrade version of this one is the O3 Mini, which is the latest version. It came out like a month ago. For some reason, they have not updated here, or maybe they have not been able to migrate it here. I'm not sure as to the reason, but we can work with the latest one, at least for the time being. And DeepSeek AI, they also have two versions, come out less than 3 months ago, and they already upgraded. They have DeepSeek AI R1, and then they have the another one, R V3, right? So for now, we are going to test out both the we can't really test out the latest version of OpenAI, but the latest version of DeepSeek we can test it, and we're going to try it out and see um, what is something in particular about any of this model that that we can use and kind of reason based on what we know to see whether things that is mentioning whether it makes sense or not, right? I know it's kind of sounds weird, but let's go right into it. So as an IT professional, one thing we should be curious is about is data migrations, especially if you're a software engineering person, or if you are a system analyst, for example. You can be dealing with a lot of command line, right, or network engineer. So we're gonna ask a few questions and then see whether it's going to be able to properly answer our questions. So the first one, I'm trying to think out of the CompTIA A plus. I mean, that might be too generic. I mean, this is a Chinese version. I don't know whether it's going to be able to quickly translate and answer as quick as the US version. But it is something nevertheless that I'm curious about. So I kind of want to see whether it's going to be able to do this, right? Oh, and I also forgot to mention that they did an assessment of, let me see if I still find it because I might have to temporarily stop this. Um, as DeepSeek estimate cost. Let me see if I can share it really quick. So I mentioned how they said that they that the AI model cost 6 million to make, and it was able to rival essentially OpenAI, which cost a lots and lots of million. While when they did the study in the US to estimate, it happened to be a lot more. Happened to cost probably 500 million. Uh, 500 million, and this was and that's they even saying that it's possible, at least based on all the estimate, based on what they're able to research to be able to make sense out of it. Um, that is at least gonna cost close to 500. It's gonna cost 500 million or higher, at least, and that's just from, by the way, tech in Asia, where they have like the uh, people involved in tech that really know the ins and out of technology, that kind of do research to see uh, the rough estimate of what something might cost. So it wasn't as cheap as they say, but not gonna worry about that right now. Let's go ahead and see what we got here. Let's see quickly. So Gala. Let's go to Galaxy AI. So for now, we're gonna ask a few questions about this tool, right? So let me see if I wonder if it's gonna work. I don't. It's not even moving. What's going on? Let's see. So well, so far this is not even happening. So I was trying to see if I can take like some just copy some facts things from Kantia and kind of compare it here. But let's just go ahead and just type something in and see what both of them say for now. Since it's not, that's 10, that one is taking a little longer than I would like. So, and then I'm kind of worried if I were to just put like a fact-based related certification in the US, since I don't really know roughly how much they're using those material in China, then would that affect the answer I'm getting? And if that is the case, then I will kind of naturally be giving a favor to the US model, which potentially might have the US based material. Um, I'm just gonna do something random in finance. What is RS International Financial Reporting System? Let me see which one is gonna give me the answer quickly here. Um, well, yeah, the the OpenAI Mini has already got us the answer. Even um, and by the way, this is not the latest um, OpenAI model. This is not the latest. The latest one is one version up of this one. This DeepSeek version 3 is still thinking. I will copy this question by the way because I want to run both version of the DeepSeek and see how fast it can process data because there were quite a lot of claims and the minute they release it, it caused a lot of chaos in the stock market for OpenAI, and I kind of want to know whether there were some facts regarding to how people were saying that China like essentially um, spent 6 millions and is not able to rile what is essentially a multi-billion company in OpenAI now. So the DeepSeek version 3 so far does not know what an IFR is, which is International Finance Reporting System. If you someone who work in finances, you will know that this is a crucial aspect of how you set up your system. That way, your system know how to report on all the finances, um, particularly when it comes to international companies and how tax may be collected in your finance system. So DeepSeek version 3 is not good, but let's look at it. The O1 mini here from OpenAI, and they even have the key feature, which is like what I was just talking about, right? Being able to kind of provide a common language for financial system abroad and allow you to collect taxes as well. It can either be, for example, a fixed percent or a fixed amount or a percent, right? Per simple base. So per simple base and global standardization, which is great because allow the system to recognize the way the tax set up, regardless of the language that it is set up in. It will function the same way in any other language, so there won't be any language barrier. And it's also a great framework, right? So if you are, somebody working in finance or working in um, SAP software systems, working with that software, you will know right now, right, that this is something you cannot live without, right? Oh, and this is the, one of the best thing here. Generally acceptable accounting principle, which is also the next biggest one. But basically, different between these two is one of them is international, one of them is local. So this is really great here. And you also have to keep in mind that the the IFF is also governed by the IASP, which is the International Accounting Standard Board. People don't really use the whole thing most of the time. They just call it, they don't even, most of the times people don't even say the I, you say ASB. So something to keep in mind. And in addition, they even give us some information. DeepSeek version 3 so far is stuck and could not give us an answer. And by the way, this software that I asked a question about, and this particular question, it is relevant in supply system, but it's not a US software. It's Germany, for example, Germany software, but it's international as majority of US supply company use it, right? So that's it for the first part. I'm gonna copy this question. I will repeat the questions and bring the OpenAI one version down. Yeah, I'll bring it one version down, right? So as opposed to O1 mini, I'll just put it O1, right? One version down. And then I will go back to DeepSeek and go back to DeepSeek 1. I don't know if it's going to allow me. I might have to refresh this. You know what? Let me see if I can refresh this. Is it going to allow me? Let's see. Go to, no, not chat with AI. No, I need to go to chat arena and then choose, okay, OpenAI, and then let's go to DeepSeek version the R1 and then paste the same questions. All right, enter. Let's see. Yeah, one version down of OpenAI still got me the answer right away. Not as detailed as the O1 mini, 01 mini, but still able to give me the information that precisely answer my question. So DeepSeek is still at the moment stuck. It said thinking. I don't know when. Um, I don't know whether this is going to be is either a functional issue or a language barrier, and or maybe I don't know if the Chinese people they use a lot of acronyms or abbreviations. I don't know whether that's a thing or not, but at least for now, okay, now at least it start working. Let's see. Okay. Wow. Okay. Now it's copying everything that the O1 mini did for us. And it is writing very, very slow, isn't it? Look at this. How many words per minute is this? Awesome. Yeah, an interesting one. Adoption and impact. Standard. Okay. All right. Now, this part is crucial right here. It went as far as even mentioning the exact standard themselves, depending on which side of the government you're working on. For example, a lot of people work in finances and in contracting, work with this one. A lot of people work with building, working with this one, at least that's here. But so since this version is releasing and we not, and at least it's the only one that's able to give us some answer, what about we go back and do it using, based on my software here, at least the last version of the OpenAI, the one that I have, because there's one new version that I cannot access right now. For some reason, they have not been able to update it yet. So we will check out, because we tried already V3 that wasn't working and V1 was working. So let's see among these two. Okay. So what's the difference here? This one give us all the as well as the references. Okay, okay, yeah. Recent development up to 2023. That's still 2023. It's still back. We in 2025 now. So a little bit. Oh, okay. Yeah, I shouldn't be judging here, in all honesty, because the current version, I'm not. I don't have access to the current version, which is the O3 or the 03 mini. Right. But this one, if I was trying to get something done quickly or read up on it, I could have on the OpenAI. Uh, Basically, like a versions ago, I'll get my information here quicker, read it, analyze it, and go about my day while I'm still waiting for it on DeepSeek. So I don't know how this AI model was able to cost people so much money in the stock market. I don't get it. There might be something that I'm not aware of that this tool is able to do. Um, or is it just the fact that it's cheaper, but not just cheaper? They release it as a free tool. That might be the reason why it's able to cause this much chaos. Otherwise, functionality wise, like me personally, like based on my experience with DeepSeek AI, I will disable it and choose another model here. Another model here. Like they have different model. Like for example, if I had chosen Perplexity, for example, I would have gotten my answer a long time ago. If I choose Grok, I would have got my answer a long time ago. If I chosen any of this US based one, then I would have got my answer a long time ago. As already proven by the OpenAI one right here. My one of my favorite recent one is the Claude Summit, which is right here. Very good with technical detail and technical research. But this is um this is what we got here. So I don't know what was the what was it the chaos that this tool caused in the stock market, was it related to quality or was just related to cost? Because if you think about um quality wise, I haven't seen anything in it so far, right? I mean, I personally tested out a few times just to see how it was. As you can see, I tested out here. I do not see the balls, and I'm still unable right now at this moment to comprehend how it's able to cause so much chaos in the stock market. Aside from that one thing I just mentioned, which is the cost, the fact that they were able to release it for free. Because if you all know that, for example, OpenAI have a free version. They also have a $20 a month version, and then the next big version, like the one that you can have everything that you need and use unlimited time, it costs $200 a month. While you can get something this free. I mean, obviously, um, you know, as a natural human being, we all aim to save money due to the fact that you know, that like the economy is kind of rough, so we all kind of trying to find an easy way to save money. So when something come like this and you're able to kind of use it into essentially achieve the same thing as something that's potentially can cost you $200 a month, like an OpenAI biggest plan, for example, when I personally show you on one of my last video last time, then I would understand why it's able to cost the this much to the stock market. But my question is, before people rush to try to see what this function was like, did people actually even test it out to see whether it's able to deliver on the promise of functioning or being equal to OpenAI? Because my experience says no, that's not even close, and I would not even try to use um, DeepSeek. Obviously, this is not for the long term because me, I like to assess tool once in a while. That way, I know whether any new version they release is better or not. Like for example, the OpenAI you just saw, the last two models still work really, really great on my computer, and the newest one just came out like a month ago, and I don't even have access to that one. But I get all my things done with Summit or OpenAI 01 Mini. So yeah, I guess. By the way, if you're someone who has access to Galaxy AI, this there is like gazillion AI tools in there. Just jump in there, put them side by side. I think I showed this in the last video. But essentially, let me see if I can show one last time before we get out of here. Uh, you can. So let me go home first and then go to the chat arena where you have all the AI tools. And then on the top right here, you can see you can choose 2 AI model, 3 AI model, 4 AI model, or even 6 AI model. You see how the 6 looks? And then you choose in each X section which AI model you want to test out the result from. For me, for example, I could have just keep all of these and then do a search and see which one function better. But the image kind of get a little bit closer whenever I do that. Therefore, I usually do two at a time or 3 at a time. The most I ever tried was 4 at a time just to see how it works. But I want to leave myself space to be able to fully read things as opposed to having to click on the key and then get into each one individually. Just take a little bit of time. That so I decided that I was just gonna do it the simpler way by just comparing them slowly, like either 2 of them at a time or 3 of them at a time. But yeah, that's pretty much it from here. By the way, if you happen to already try this tool and you've seen a different function that I'm mentioning here, please feel free to let me know in the comment section. What did you see different, and what is some of the resource you might be able to help me with, right? Because I will be thrilled to be able to find anything out that is new about this tool that I might have missed. I experiment with it. I do not see all the hype that is causing the stock market so much cost right now. Thank you for stopping by, and until the next one, take care.